Okay. Mr. Babatunde, are you still there?
Yes, I'm with you, sir.
Good. Let us start. Although you are the only person in the class, the class will still hold. Like they say, the show must go on. It's being recorded, so I can always post the recording in the WhatsApp group for those who would want to catch up on what we did here. Okay, so let me welcome you officially to the one-day free script writing workshop or preview class or taster class. I think the name doesn't really matter, but the goal of the class is the same, which is to introduce you to Lagos Film School, to our script writing class, and to give you a sample of the quality of learning available here at Lagos Film School. To help you, the goal is to help you make up your mind if this script writing class is for you, and if you'll be joining us come Wednesday when the paid script writing class starts. All right, so let's start. We are Lagos Film School. This is the name of the school. We're Nigeria's most prestigious film school. My name is Damola Adenle. I am the Director of Studies here at Lagos Film School, and I'm also the script coach. So if I don't know if you came across this at all. This is the promotional material for the program. Yeah, and the objective of this particular workshop is to serve as an introduction to the world of script writing. It's also to introduce you to Lagos Film School and to intimate you with the details of our courses. I would also walk you through our course outline and what you will learn if you join the class, and also walk you through how to register and how to pay for the program. So let's start. So what is a screenplay? Is this where to start from? But let's just jump into it. Yeah. So a screenplay is a written document that serves as the foundation for a film, a TV show, or any other visual media production. It is essentially a script that provides a detailed framework for the dialogue, the actions, and other elements involved in the storytelling process. In simple English, because people get confused as to what is the difference between a screenplay and a script. They are essentially the same. The main difference, however, is this. Anything can be a script. You can write a script for a stage play. That is also a script. You can write a script for a movie. It's a script. You can write a script for a game. Script. You can write a script for a documentary. You can write a script for a radio drama. You can write a script for a YouTube show. You get the point. You can write a script for almost anything. Now, the script written specifically for movies is called a screenplay. Do you see the difference between the two? Now, they're essentially the same. So if as a scriptwriter, as a filmmaker, you're referring to the script, I'm sure you mean the script written for a movie, which is called a screenplay. So as far as the world of film is concerned, a script and a screenplay are essentially the same. The main difference being that a screenplay is specifically written for a movie. A script could be written for anything other than a film. But most times you refer to a script being written for a film. Why do I have a feeling that I'm confusing somebody? Am I on point? Do you get what I'm saying, or are you confused?
Yes, I'm with you. I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you.
All right, cool. All right, so that's basically a screenplay. A screenplay is also a blueprint, a guide, an instruction manual for filmmakers to take and give them an idea of how to make this film, how to tell this story that you're telling. A scriptwriter is essentially a storyteller. A screenplay is wrapping your story in a format that makes it easy to communicate the story to those who finally film and make that movie. Simple. So what does a scriptwriter do? Of course, you research, what's it called? You come up with an idea, conceptualization. You develop the story idea. If need be, you do research into, can you give me a second? Yeah, sorry, I'm back. As I was saying,
Yeah.
if need be, you research into the material that you're trying to write a script about. For example, you're writing a medical drama and you're not in the field of medicine. You will need to do a basic level of research to know how things are done in a hospital, how doctors conduct themselves, how nurses relate and behave to doctors, and how to behave to patients, etc., before you can write a convincing story that is a medical drama. It's one of the challenges we have in Nigeria, where people just write blindly without doing any measure of research or consultation, and they just use head knowledge to write something that is a little technical. All right, and then you collaborate. There are times you are part of a writing team, okay? So, or there are times when you discover that you're good at a part of script writing, but not so much at another part of script writing. For example, you could be good at crafting and plotting and story structure, but be a little terrible at dialogue. It will make a world of sense for you to partner with someone who writes dialogue excellently, and that person can cover you where you're not at your strongest. And then you revise, rewrite, and you need to be persistent. But that is not where I'm going to. The two major things I want to teach us today. Did I mention that this is also a teaching class? Okay, so like I said, it's to give you a sample of the quality of learning available at Lagos Film School. So there's a bit of teaching into this, as well as going into the outline. In 5 minutes, I'll be done with all of this, and we can go into what the course covers itself. Good.
Okay.
So I did mention that a scriptwriter is a storyteller. For you to tell stories, you need to have a basic understanding of story. Now, I would not attempt to define story. I would rather describe it. Okay, and it goes thus. In fact, before I describe this story, let me tell you a story. Yeah, it happened last weekend. I left my house. I was going to the mall. Okay, and then I got to the mall and I just cruised around, walked down the aisle, up and down. I saw this pair of beautiful black suede shoes. I admired the shoes. I admired the shoes some more, and then I went home. That's the end of my story. Beautiful, not so?
Yeah.
This your laughter is one kind of. It's almost as if you don't want to tell Oga that, Oga, this your story is a little. All right.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you know that there's something wrong with the story. You might not know
Yes.
exactly what it is, but you know that it's just not, it's not storying. The story is not storying, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, that is part of the goal of this course. I mean, our script writing program, to get you to understand story inside out, whether you're the one writing it, whether somebody else has written a script and it is passed on to you to clean up, okay? Whether you're rewriting, whether it's a book or a novel that you're adapting into a film, whatever the case is, you understand story enough to be able to tell a story worthy of being made into a film. All right, so let me go on to describe what a story is, and then we'll revisit my story, this first story I just told. All right, so a story is about someone, your main character, who's trying to do something. He has a goal. See, this line, this number 2, the something, his goal, is the most important part of filmmaking. And it is the part most people skip on. They focus a lot on character, building well-round defined characters, which is beautiful, but they fail to give the character a strong, well-defined goal. Everything else about your story is built upon your character's goal. You'll see it in a minute now. So let me rewind. I said your story is about someone, your main character, who is trying to do something that is his goal. It's also called the dramatic need. Yeah. And then you have someone or something who is an obstacle stand in his way of achieving his goal. So you have someone going to do something and an obstacle stands in his way. The process of an obstacle repelling him from achieving his goal. This is what breeds conflict. So if you've ever heard the word suspense in the film, what they're referring to is conflict. You can't get suspense or conflict without an obstacle, right? There can be an obstacle if your character does not have a goal. Meaning that if your character does not have a goal, no obstacle, no conflict, no suspense, no story. So the goal is essentially the most important thing your character can have that predates everything else that would happen in your story. So let's bring it down to real world terms. Yeah. So you have a guy, a village boy. I want to use a typical Nollywood film, an Igbo film, as an example here. So you have Chukwudi, some poor village guy who's dating Adamma. Yeah. And the two of them are promised to marry each other between themselves. However, Adamma's mom does not want her daughter to marry a rich village boy. So from the get-go, she's always opposed the relationship in one small form, way or the other. Then Emeka comes from the city with his jeep looking for a wife. Adamma is the girl that enters his hive. Adamma is the girl he wants. Adamma's mom is down with the idea. She wants a rich guy. Here is a rich guy. Chukwudi, on the other hand, this is his babe who's at stake. I don't know if you're following this story now.
Yes, please.
So the idea is, how does this film end? Does Adamma go with the rich guy? Does she get to, respect her mom enough to respect her mom's wishes and go with the rich guy? Or does love conquer all and she goes with the poor village guy and marries him instead? Do you know one way to know how that film will end? The question to ask is, whose story are we telling? Are we telling Chukwudi's story? Are we telling Adamma's story? Or are we telling Emeka, the rich city boy's story? Now, you could say, but we are telling all three stories, possibly, but you're telling it from one person's main point of view. This is the second place where most Nollywood films fail. The story is so spread out thinly because they are telling stories from everybody's point of view. What makes a film successful, what makes a story successful, is if you know who to follow. Giving the audience a main character to follow is one of the main things that makes your film succeed. So I know that I'm going to love Chukwudi. Chukwudi is our guy. He's the one we are following. Cool. So we know we're telling Chukwudi's story. Good. So is it a love overcomes all story? If yes, Chukwudi gets the girl. Is it a fair woman kind of story? Meaning, irrespective of what Chukwudi does for the girl, he still ends up losing her. We love Chukwudi now. We hate Adamma because she messed up our guy, Chukwudi. I don't know if you're seeing the different angles that all of this can have. Yeah. On the other hand, you could be telling Emeka's story, the rich city boy who has been messed up by city girls and has decided to settle for a village girl. In that case, Emeka will be his own obstacle. Because girl already had a boyfriend. So he wants to get this village girl, but village girl has a boyfriend she's committed to. He now has to, we have to see the specific things he does to win the girl over and get her to be his wife. Emeka's story. Or it could be Adamma's story, which is a love over all, like love conquers all story, where although Emeka has done a lot, she loves money, the soft life is very enticing, but she chooses to follow her heart and go with the man she has sown to love all the rest of her life, and she goes with Emeka instead. That way, we'll love Adamma that irrespective of what the rich guy did, she still chose to go with the poor guy. So this can come from like a plethora of areas. So there are several things you need to determine. What theme or message you're preaching with your film? Is it a love conquers all? Is it a fair woman story? Is it a there is nothing better than getting a village girl story? Like, you could be saying anything, and what you're saying is what will determine who will be your main character, what will be his main goal, and the obstacle that will stand in his way. I don't know if this kind of explains a little the concept of story vis-a-vis your main character, his goal, the obstacle, and conflict.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. All right. So now to go back to my original story. The problem with the story I told was that this guy did not have a goal. He left his house to go to the mall to do what? He got to the mall to do what? Now, the moment you can give your character a goal and we know what he set out to do, the story would ultimately unfold itself. For example, let's say our guy has been eyeing a girl who works at the mall. So he's not going to buy anything per se. He's going to the mall as an opportunity to be able to speak and do something, say something to the girl. So he gets to the mall, admiring the shoes. Everything else continues. He, with the shops, sees a pair of shoes he likes. He knows the girl works in that section. That's the reason why that shoe is admiring. Is the story beginning to make some sense now? And then girl walks up like, sir, what can we help you with? And he says, so like talking about these shoes, blah, blah, blah. And while she's attending to him, her boyfriend, who's also a staff, a fellow attendant, and a huge guy walks up to her. I'm like, sorry, sir. It's like 6 when you close. Meet me at my place. I'll be waiting for you. Miss you, love you. And he walks off. Where does that leave our guy? Can he still do what is on his mind?
Oh,
but no. I don't know if you see how easily a story can form from there. How? You gave your character a goal. Then it's easy to come up with an obstacle to the goal. But once he doesn't have any goal, you don't know what obstacle to throw at him. His goal is to get the girl. The obstacle has to be something relating to the girl. That is what will breed conflict. Now we have a story on our hands. All right. So let's move away from there and let's look at how to be a successful scriptwriter, accomplished scriptwriter. One is learn the craft. You need to learn the craft of filmmaking. This is one major. I've shifted though. I'm not particularly talking about the concept of story and writing anymore. I've moved to like chapter 7. I jumped from chapter 1 to chapter 7, so to speak. Okay. Okay. To be a successful scriptwriter, you need to learn the craft of script writing, which I'm suspecting that is what you have in mind, which is the reason why you joined the group and you are in this workshop. Okay. Sadly, in the industry, in the film industry, 2 areas where I have found a lot of quacks because they just believe that they can do it is actors and scriptwriters. Because you feel you can tell stories, because stories comes to you easily, you automatically believe you can tell stories for the screen. Whereas writing a novel is 100% different from writing from the screen. It's so different, it's mad. Same with writing for stage. Okay, and people don't get to understand these concepts and they think because I can write stuff, because I've written novels before, I can write a movie. It doesn't apply. So number one step to becoming an accomplished scriptwriter is to learn the craft. One way is to attend a film school like ours, or you could be self-taught. There's nothing saying that you cannot learn script writing on your own. Second point is to read a lot. Read to develop your mind. Read to be well-versed in a lot of subject matters and a lot of topics. It is said that you should write what you know. If you know nothing, what do you want to write? Okay, reading a lot builds and develops your mind that you know so much about so many things that putting pen to paper to write becomes easy. Okay, now you'll be writing movies. You'll be writing scripts that will be made into movies. So you should watch a lot of movies. Specifically, watch a lot of the kind of movies you want to write. There is no way you will say you never watched a horror film before, but you want to write a horror film. No, would you do that? Like, tell me how is that going to happen? Okay, so you need to watch a lot in the area where you intend to write. Next is read a lot of movie scripts. Why? You say, but I've read a lot, true, but you'll be writing scripts. Let me ask, Obatunde, have you read any movie scripts before?
Yeah, once.
Okay.
But it's been a while.
Okay, all right. Good evening. I'm not sure if I can pronounce your name properly. It sounds like Seni Ofon. Seni Ofon. Can you help me with the pronunciation, please?
It's okay. Anyhow, it's accepted. Don't worry.
Sorry, say that again.
Yes.
Please, what should we call you? How should I address you? What's the name?
Seni. You can call me Seni.
All right, Seni is good. Good evening, Seni. You're welcome to the script writing workshop. Juniper, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Babatunde was first in class, and for that, he automatically gets a 10K discount from the program. Automatically.
Oh,
okay. So the class is recorded. Okay, so you can catch a rewatch. Although we've not done much, I just talked about what is a story and what does a scriptwriter do. And right now I'm talking about how to be an accomplished scriptwriter. So you need to learn the craft, read a lot, watch a lot of movies, read a lot of movie scripts, and of course, write a lot of scripts. Now, this is the part that sounds funny. Let me say this to you up front. A lot of the stuff you will write, I know script writers love the material they write, but I can tell you for free that out of every 10 scripts you write, 6 of them will be crap. What did I say? Out of every 10 scripts you write, like 6 of them will be crap, maybe even more. So the more you write, the higher the chances that you write something that is gold and makes sense. So if you write 30 scripts, you know that you have 5, 7, 8 scripts that make sense. Well, I'm hoping you have that. But if you write only 2 scripts, how are you sure that any of those 2 will make any sense? How are you sure? Okay, so to be an accomplished scriptwriter, you need to write a lot, and you should get some of your films, your scripts, made into a film. This is probably the most important bit. It's like this. You're learning to be a scriptwriter, and you've written 5 sample scripts while you're learning. How do you know if what you've written would look good on the screen if it is not made into a film? So what do you do? Whether you're using your money, whether you're finding somebody to dash your script. Now, in this case, when I say script, as a learner, you should look at writing short films, 60 seconds films, 5 minutes short films, something small to test the waters. Write a short film, get it made, get it produced. See the results on the screen. Ask 1 or 2 people, what does this look like? Let them give you feedback if it's making sense or if it is rubbish, if it's garbage. If it's garbage, meaning what you write does not translate well to the screen, you can revise and write other stuff and try to make that also. By the time you do that 2, 3 times, you start getting confident in your craft, especially if you get positive feedback that what you're writing makes sense, that the final piece of film on the screen is good. Now you're beginning to be more confident in your craft. You're beginning to be like, okay, when I write stuff, it looks good. Okay, so I can write more of this kind of material. I don't know if I'm communicating.
Yeah.
Follow these steps and you would ultimately turn out to be an accomplished script writer. Okay. On this note, let me ask, does anybody know the difference between a writer and an author?
Mm, well, to me, I think there's just a slight difference between the two, a writer and an author. A writer can, I think a writer can write anything, but an author is majorly on a particular vision, like a
Okay.
particular task, yeah, something like that.
All right. All right. I get that. Juniper, do you want to contribute? Do you know, can you guess what the difference is between a writer and an author?
Well, I think just like Babatunde said,
Yeah.
I feel an author is more book oriented, while a writer is more what you could call creativity minded kind of a thing.
Okay, like a creative writer kind of thing.
Yes, I don't know whether I'm correct.
Okay. Yeah, you're quite on point. Quite on point. But the difference is actually much more pronounced than that. So you are a writer until you get published. A published writer is an author. Only a writer that has a book that has been published can carry the name author. No matter how long you've been writing, no matter what you have written, as long as you've not written a book that has been published, you are not yet an author. I don't know if that communicates.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Now let's juxtapose that over script writing. No matter what you have written by way of script, whether while you're learning, whether if you've been writing for a while, as long as you don't have a credit, a film credit, meaning there is this film, whether it's a short film, a feature-length film, etc., that says written by Juniper, you're not yet a script writer. You're an imposter. Not you. I'm just using an example. Like anybody who calls himself a script writer but does not have a producing credit is not yet a script writer. Do we get this? As it is, the time for what's it called has elapsed. What's it called? Zoom has a 40 minutes time limit. Okay, I think we've run out of time. Please join back in immediately and let's continue this class. We have just 10-15 minutes more to go and we'll round off. Please join me back immediately. Use the same link to log in. Okay?
All right.
All right, thank you. Oh, yikes. All right, so as I was saying, where were we? The course, yeah. The course is a 30-day script writing bootcamp and it's split into 2 sections. The first section is lectures, 10 days of lectures, weekdays only. We don't have lectures on weekends. And although this class will be starting on Wednesday, not on a Friday, but we'll do 10 days of lectures starting from Wednesday to Friday of the first week, Monday to Friday of the second week, and then Monday and Tuesday of the third week. Then we go to the second phase, which is the writing practice phase. Here, we'll take 3 weeks to do several writing assignments. Okay, now here's the sweet spot. At Lagos Film School, there is a specific approach we take to writing. Let me explain. I call it reverse engineering. So not only do you come up with story ideas of yours that you write on your script, but we also take films and we reverse engineer it, meaning you watch a film and you attempt to transcribe the film into a script by taking an established visual work and trying to figure out how the script was written. If you do that successfully, you'd have learned how to write for the screen, which is a visual medium. Because the challenge of script writing is this: you're writing words, text, that must get translated to video, visuals on the screen. There is a magic that happens between text to screen. Learning script writing is learning how to craft those words that it translates well to the screen. What better way to learn than to reverse engineer an already finished work and trying to get it onto text, as in on a page, and seeing if it works, and it will be under mentorship. Yeah, both stuff you write and the reverse engineering process, you would be mentored. Your script will be reviewed. I'll point out to you what you're doing right, what you're not doing right, what to adjust, etc. That is actually the meat of our course. It's not just the learning. It's a little easy. You can go to YouTube and learn 70% of the things we'll teach here. Maybe not in the same space, but after like a year or two, you should be able to find all the materials we'll teach you, or they will teach it in 10 days. However, the most important bit is the mentorship. There's a level of confidence you have if you are handheld on this journey and you're told, do this, don't do this. This is how, this is not how. This works, this doesn't work. And in a short period of time, you know what you know that you know. And that is the magic of Lagos Film School. So tuition for the course is 50K. There's a 5K registration fee, but we've waived that. Yeah, so you'll be paying only 50K. And Babatunde, as the first person to join class and the only person who is still in class, like I said, I would waive, you get a 10K, 10,000 naira discount from the program, meaning you'll be paying 40K for the course, should you choose to enroll. I think that's
All
about.
right, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Yeah, so by the end of the training, you'd have completed the script for 2 short films, the outline for a movie or a web series, yeah, and of these, at least one of the scripts will be shot for you at no extra charge. This is what we offer in this training. Do you have any questions?
Oh, well, no question for now. I think everything is well detailed. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So should you have any question, reach out to me. Say hi to me on WhatsApp. If you would want to, let me just ask you outrightly. Do you want to register for this program? Or
Of
you're
course,
still
I will.
considering?
Okay. Basically, from my own perspective,
Yeah.
I'm actually into directing, actually.
Oh, you are more into directing. Is that what you said? Hello, can you say that again, please? Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry, a call came in. So
Oh,
basically,
okay.
myself, I'm actually into directing. You understand? But I still have a flair for script writing. Yes, I still have a
Okay.
flair for script writing.
Okay.
Yes, so we'll see. I'll try to do something about it by
All
God's
right.
grace. Yes.
All right. Are you working as a director at the moment?
No. I'm just a drama coordinator in my local church here for a
Okay.
few years
Okay.
now.
Okay.
So at least yeah, that's just basically for me.
Because we have a course in script writing that starts upper week also. Directing, sorry. Our directing and producing class
Okay.
starts in 2 weeks' time. It is it's an hybrid course. It's physical and streamed, meaning those who can make it physically to class, they sit in class and we stream the class via Zoom for those who can't join. And it's also recorded, unlike the script writing that is 100% virtual.
Virtual.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
You could consider that also.
Yeah, is the directing also on Zoom as well? This platform?
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like, although it's a physical class, but we stream it via Zoom.
Okay.
So that if you can't physically attend, you are also a part of the class. Yeah. And it's also recorded.
All right, sir. All right, no problem, sir.
Okay. So where should I reach out to you again to get feedback on which one you've decided to do?
Yes, I'll be the one to contact. I don't know when is the directing class starting.
Say that again.
When is the directing class starting as well?
Upper week. What day is that again? I think it's the 17th. Yeah, 17th of June. Yes.
Okay, you'll be taking that as well, sir?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I think that's where I actually fall in because I'm
Okay.
more of a director kind of person than
Okay.
the script writing. But I just saw this as a basic need for directing because at least the director must understand the script
Sure.
for a better interpretation. Yes.
Definitely.
So that was yes,
All
yes.
right.
So that's
All right.
why, yes, sir.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. And I would extend the same, what's it called? Discounts to the directing class. Although it's supposed to be for the script writing class, but we'll carry it over to the directing class.
Oh, okay, sir. I appreciate that, sir. I will definitely do that. I will definitely do that then.
All right.
I will definitely do that. All right,
It's
sir.
okay. All right. So
Okay. Is
have
that
a
your
good
personal WhatsApp number, sir?
Say that again.
Is that your personal WhatsApp line?
Yes, it is.
That
It is.
Oh, okay. So that just in case the directing class starts, I can join.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's my direct
Yeah.
line. So either for calls or for WhatsApp, you can reach me directly on that number.
All right, sir. All right, sir. All right, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. Do have a
right,
nice
sir.
weekend. Yeah.
And you too, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah. Bye.
Yes, sir.